Hello everyone, welcome back to Curious. Today we're peeling back the icy layers of a chilling reality, the next polar crisis. As we traverse the frosty landscapes of our poles, we'll uncover 10 shocking facts that will change the way you see our world. So, before we embark on this riveting journey, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated. Ready to venture into the cold unknown? Let's dive in. Our first shocking fact is about the alarming rate of ice melt in Antarctica. This frosty continent is shedding its icy shell 6 times faster than it did 40 years ago. Just imagine, the rate of ice loss has sextupled in just 4 decades. This rapid acceleration is a huge warning signal, like a blaring siren in a quiet night. Right now, scientists around the world are burning the midnight oil, striving to unravel what this means for our shared home, Earth. This acceleration is a major red flag, and scientists are working tirelessly to understand the implications for our planet. Now, let's shift our focus to the Arctic. Brace yourselves for this staggering fact. The Arctic is warming at a speed that is over twice the global average. This rapid increase in temperature is a significant concern for a myriad of reasons. Notably, it's causing profound changes to the region's unique and delicate ecosystems. Furthermore, it's boosting the global sea levels as the Arctic ice melts at an accelerated pace. This accelerated warming is not only affecting the region's unique ecosystems, but is also contributing to the rise in sea levels globally. Fact number 3 brings us to the polar bears, iconic symbols of the Arctic. These majestic beings are facing a real threat, with their populations dwindling due to the rapid loss of sea ice. Sea ice is their hunting ground, their playground, their home. As the ice fades away, so does their chance of survival, threatening to push them into the endangered category. The impending polar crisis, if left unchecked, could spell disaster for these magnificent creatures. Moving on to fact number 4, the impact on indigenous communities. It's crucial to understand that the changes in these icy wonderlands aren't just about polar bears and penguins. Indigenous communities in both the Arctic and Antarctic regions are directly feeling the brunt of these shifts. Their traditional ways of life, deeply intertwined with their environment, are being irreversibly altered. Moreover, their homes and the resources they rely on are under threat. Many indigenous people in the Arctic and Antarctic are facing unprecedented challenges, from changes in their traditional ways of life to threats to their homes and resources. Our 5th shocking fact revolves around the release of methane from permafrost. As the Earth warms, the permafrost, the frozen ground that covers a quarter of the northern hemisphere, thaws and releases methane, a greenhouse gas that traps heat 25 times more effectively than carbon dioxide. This thawing not only accelerates global warming, but it also initiates a vicious cycle. The more the permafrost thaws, the more methane is released, which in turn causes more thawing. It's a concerning feedback loop that we need to address urgently. Let's talk about the Southern Ocean for fact number 6. The Southern Ocean, encircling our globe's southernmost reaches, is absorbing more heat and carbon dioxide than ever before. This increased absorption is not only affecting the diverse marine life that calls this ocean home, but it is also disrupting global climate patterns. The Southern Ocean is like a massive, swirling climate regulator, and its current state of imbalance is unsettling. This has far-reaching consequences for weather patterns around the world. Fact number 7 is all about rising sea levels. Our polar ice caps are melting at an unprecedented rate, and this meltwater is flowing into our oceans. As a result, sea levels are rising around the globe. This isn't just a problem for polar bears or penguins, it's a significant threat to coastal communities worldwide. From Miami to Mumbai, billions of people could be affected by flooding and displacement. It's not just a distant problem, it's something that affects us all. Now let's explore the impact on global weather patterns. The shifts happening in the polar regions are not isolated incidents. They have a domino effect, influencing weather systems across the globe. The melting ice modifies ocean currents, which in turn alter atmospheric patterns. This can lead to an array of climate phenomena, such as severe heat waves in some areas and intensified storms in others. From extreme heat waves to more intense storms, the next polar crisis has far-reaching consequences for our daily lives. Fact number 9 is about the melting glaciers in Greenland, a phenomenon that's happening at a frightening pace. The ice sheet in Greenland is shrinking rapidly, pouring fresh water into our oceans and significantly contributing to the rise in sea levels. What's more, this isn't a slow trickle, it's a torrent. The scale of this ice loss is so massive, so vast, that it's challenging to comprehend the long-term impact on our planet. And finally, our 10th shocking fact, the need for urgent action. The next polar crisis is not a distant threat, it's unfolding right before our eyes. It's high time we realize the gravity of the situation. We're talking about the survival of polar ecosystems and, in turn, our own. The stakes are high, and the clock is ticking. Immediate, collective action is needed to mitigate climate change, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and safeguard our precious polar regions. We must collectively take action to mitigate climate change, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and protect these vital polar ecosystems. There you have it, folks. 10 shocking facts about the next polar crisis. From Antarctica's accelerated ice melt to the threat facing our polar bears, from the impact on indigenous communities to the rising sea levels, we've covered some sobering truths. The next polar crisis is not just confined to the poles, it's a global issue. And it demands our urgent attention. It's a wake-up call for all of us to take action.